Hey everybody, welcome to the Sideline Report. I'm Marvin Jackson. The Burgundy and Gold fell to the Rams 24-0 at FedEx Field last Sunday. Washington's defense continued to have breakdowns in coverage, and the offense never crossed the Rams' 20-yard line. Here to help me break down this mess of a football season is our own Nicole White, back from the injured reserve. Welcome back, Nicole.
Thank you for having me.
All right, and the always knowledgeable, insightful Donna Hopkins.
I don't know how insightful as far as that, because that Rams team had me confused. And that's kind of sad for them to say that they did everything as far as confusing the Washington football team. And just to think that the Rams gave them opportunities to stay in that game. They were only down by 6 points. He missed an extra point, 2 field goals, and they still couldn't generate anything. But it's sad to have an offense with those kind of weapons and you can't get across the 20-yard line. What does that say? But one thing, Marvin, is you start the game, the Rams, they bring out all of their players as far as that they got for the RG3, six players, and then they put that in your face, and you should have been able to say, you know what, you doing me like that, I'm going to show you all, you know, what this team is about. But they didn't do anything like that.
Right, to add insult to injury.
Yeah, that's a slap in the face.
That was really something.
Exactly. If anything, that should have gotten the Redskins hyped up. Like, okay, they want to be slick and they want to try to be funny. Let's show them what they're working with. But I mean, it just seemed like from the beginning, we just could not generate any offense. We couldn't generate the run game. You know, there was that one play where, I don't know if Corey Lichtensteiger hiked the ball too quickly, but you saw Trent Williams just frozen there. So, you know, it really leaves Colt McCoy just out there to dry, and that's what happened.
Yeah, and I heard today from Chris Cooley that the tight ends were not blocking.
Well, let's just say that they weren't blocking, and neither was the offensive line, because I was talking to one of the offensive linemen. I won't call any names out, because I said, could you assess the offensive line and tell me what you think of them this year? And he said that he thought that they were playing pretty good. He thought that they were doing a good job. You gave up 7 sacks in that Rams game. You gave up 6 the week before. And if I go down the numbers in those other games and everything, you're getting your quarterback killed. You're getting pushed back. You're not pushing the defense forward. You're getting pushed back into the quarterback. So for you to say that you all are playing good, the offensive line, no, you're not. That offensive line is not playing well across the board. The tight ends, the blocking is not there for the offensive line as a whole.
And of course, Greg Williams, the defensive coordinator for the Rams, I know he had it out for the Redskins, right?
Yes.
Had their number, right, Nicole?
Yep. Yes, we could not. We just couldn't. We couldn't match up with their defense at all.
And of course, now everybody's looking at Colt McCoy, saying it was all him, but nobody seemed to be doing anything on offense.
Not at all. Not just that week against the Rams, but the week before also. It's almost like
Jay Gruden, the offensive coach.
Offensive coach, but they're not clicking. And one of the offensive linemen said that. I said, well, what is it about this offense overall? And he said they're not on the same page. Yeah, we can see that. And that is an issue right there. Is that if you're not on the same page, from the running backs to the wide receivers to the offensive line, then that is the results you're going to get. This offense, Jay Gruden said, instead of as a team, as a whole, beyond the offense, the team as a whole, instead of them going forward, they're going backwards and all that. We're at the end of the season with 3 games to go, and this is what the production is out there right now. That's just a poor, you know, excuse of a team right now to be playing that type of ball.
And let's talk about special teams. I mean, we did not do a good job on special teams. They had a punt return for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Oh, he was setting them up all day.
Yeah. And then they had the 2-point conversion that completely fooled Washington. They had no idea they were going to do that fake extra point. And then, of course, we tried a fake punt, and the punter tries to run.
He went the wrong way.
He went the wrong way, but
because had he came around on the outside where he should have been going instead of going up, it was 2 people there blocking in the inside. Shouldn't have went there because you weren't going to get anything. But the play was for him to come around the outside. He would have had the first down.
Right. So, I mean, what did we do good on special teams? Not a whole lot, huh?
Could you say 0? It's been bad. It's been
No
bad.
punt returns
yeah.
for any distance. No kickoff returns for any distance. So,
But
it's just
the blocking.
the overall team.
Yeah, it's the blocking on special teams. If you look at that, he was setting it up to return a punt all day long because he almost broke it 3 or 4 times.
Yes.
But if you look at the one that he returned for the touchdown, he took everybody over to the left. And then what he did was he came back around to the right side, and nothing was there. It was open scene all the way up, and then he turned on the Jets those last 10 yards.
But you remember I said in the press box he was going to break one.
He did.
And he did.
And he did, yeah. And you mentioned, Colt McCoy, and some people are saying it's his fault. I mean, he can't do it by himself. And I think in the last 5 games, the Redskins have had 29 sacks. So obviously something is going on. Everyone was kind of quick to jump on Robert when he made those comments at the press conference a couple of weeks ago. I can't do it by myself. And if you look at the Aaron Rodgers and the Drew Brees, they have help around them. Of course, you can't throw your team like that under the bus, but he has a point.
Yeah.
Whether he's in or whether Colt's in, you need help around you.
All right. Well, this team does not seem to be together, and we're going to take a break right now. When we return, it will be all about Jay Gruden, Jim Haslett, RG3. And joining us on the line will be ESPN's Josina Anderson, who started out right here on the Sideline Report. Don't go away, folks. We're just getting started.